Well, hello there, everyone, and how are you guys on this fabulous night? Well, I am here tonight to read on actually Baby Crone, not Baby Crone. I'm Baby Crone. I am Baby Crone's going to read on Babymonster, and and this is because I'm very interested in this group at the moment because man, oh man, has my TikTok feed has been filled with people dancing to Babymonster's Sheesh. Sheesh. Okay, that is literally stuck in my head. It's a good song. And because of that,
what is sheesh?
Sheesh, like you know how like something happens, you're just like sheesh.
No.
Oh. I don't know how to explain sheesh. It's kind of like a woo or a geez, but
if anyone out there.
Yes, if anybody out there actually knows what the word sheesh means in slang. It almost kind of reminds me of shush, but really the girls was giving attitude and I loved it. But yes.
How old are they?
Let me see. Oh, I wonder actually if this is the group that people...
Is that the young girl group?
Yes.
Okay. Because
yes.
I heard of Babymonster, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are young. They are from the same company of Blackpink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think this is the new girl group
that's the new
people
girl
were
group.
asking us about. But Babymonster, let's see. I think they are the one, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, is the one with the youngest member to ever debut.
Was she 13, 14?
14,
right.
Yes.
Now, I remember when we did Babymonster several months back,
yes,
nobody was really interested in that, and so that's why we didn't pursue it, remember?
Mm-hmm.
But we were into Babymonster back then, when
yes,
they were starting to come. This is months ago, about what, 9 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. And we also, I think at that time, we also thought that Babymonster could give aespa a run for their money.
And isn't one of the girls that was in Blackpink went with Babymonster?
No.
That was another group she went to.
Yes.
Okay.
However, I find it very interesting because Baby Crone is obsessed with Babymonster at the moment.
Oh.
I like the energy that they give.
Okay.
And also with a title Babymonster, you definitely can say this is a group that you might not want to mess with. They are here to take over the industry. Although, please do tell me if you guys know about this girl group called XG and you'd be curious about me reading on them, please, because I'm curious about their concept because I've heard they switched it up. But we're here to talk about Babymonster today. So my question is, I want to know how Babymonster's career is going at the moment because they have just recently debuted at the end of last year when we first read on them, as well as they have released only one album, like one full studio album this year actually, and Sheesh just has to be one of those title tracks that are on there. And what else can I say about Babymonster? Yes, I feel like they are currently growing in popularity, and because of that, I just want to check in on their career to see how they are going at this moment. Oh, right. And I am hopping on this just shortly after, well, not shortly after, just a few months ago. Like, I think when they promote a song, it's for 2 to 3 months, so like a season. And they did just release the song like a month or two ago, so I'm getting just right at the end of their promotions. So let's really see how this promotion's going for Babymonster at the moment. Okay. We have the gentleman here for Babymonster. That could mean that Babymonster draws attention from males, which would be very fitting for girl groups, even though it can go either way with girl groups. But typically, they do tend to draw audience of men, especially because they always look young and attractive, and that just seems to be the way their culture likes their women. Here, I see the moon card as a problem. Now, I'm actually curious because even though I said I'm very interested in Babymonster, I do not know too much about them because they did come after I stopped following K-pop as a diehard fan. So I am wondering if Babymonster, if during this time and period, if there was a dark like a dark moment for them, or if something just wasn't too happy for them, because they have the moon card, and the moon card always needs to be a bit moody, a bit broody, also more introspective and focus on yourself and more self-reflecting, maybe because they are in so much of the public's eye now. They have to worry about their image and how they come off to the world, because it's one thing to think how something's going to go, but like once you finally in it and full blown in it and have all the fame and attention, you start to realize that even though you see how other K-pop idols have dealt with their career, it's always different for each idols in each group. So for them to make this debut, it maybe wasn't as what they were expecting. Like, of course it's successful, but maybe there were some things behind scenes that we don't know. And I'm not sure if there was a member that was sick this episode for this. So I am curious about that. I think that's what I've heard. And then God, guys, I literally cannot make this up. We have the bittersweet right here. I don't know what is going on with Babymonster. Maybe the other thing could be too is when you have too much attention, you start to not regret it, but wish that, because it changes your life and puts you in a completely different trajectory. So because of that, maybe they are starting to realize the work energy, and maybe even reading comments that people talk about them and have to comment on them, because K-poppers can be a little bit judgmental. And then we have, I know that I was too. I was one of them. We have the crossroads right here that symbolizes for Babymonster. They have two paths that they can go forward on. I definitely know that there isn't any time for them to sign contracts. So maybe they are having talks with their management and their management team. They could be having a problem with YG. Honestly, YG doesn't have the best reputation for management skills. Y'all know if y'all follow Blackpink. So because of that, maybe that's could be the problem that they're having. Maybe instead of the male attention, it could just be the fact that their company isn't supporting them, or not managing them properly like the other big three companies out there. And so because of that, Babymonster could be feeling, or even their management could think, how could they maybe take a new trajectory, or what could the new concept for Babymonster be? Because there is other groups out there that change up their concepts like that and just like do a complete 180. So because of that, maybe they're thinking, how can we get Babymonster out there more? What concepts would be great for Babymonster? How can we basically is not manipulate, but mold Babymonster into what we want them to be, because they do have talent and they do got personality. And here we have the Fox card, which therefore goes again with somebody being sneaky or underhanded. Hey, Lady Crone.
Yeah, go ahead. What is it?
You wanna tell me how this Fox card could fit in with the tarot reading? Because
the only thing I could say, for whatever reason going on, there is somebody that is deceptive among them.
Okay, she just confirmed my reading.
That don't mean them any good. Or maybe sometimes foxes don't do great damage. They just keep schisms.
Okay.
So there is somebody that is wanting schism amongst them. And it could be jealousy or envy.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Or somebody that wish it was them and the group, or it's something to that effect.
Okay.
Jealousy, envy, schism. Right.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And the bottom card, wow, is the clover, and that's underneath them. So honestly, the best thing I could say is just like this bittersweet lily that was here. Great success. got all the attention, but behind the scenes, it's not translating like the happiness and joy and success they should be having during this promotion tour. Maybe they could be overworked. Maybe they are trying to work on another album. Who knows how YG works? Do you have a question?
Oh, no, not right now. No.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's
I'm catching up. I was over here fiddling around with these cards.
Okay. My question is, how does Babymonster feel about their debut? Okay. They went at it as a group. We have the mates here. So maybe they could be getting along with their partners, like within the group. Hang on. Then we have the time card. Yes.
No, go ahead. I had a question, that's all.
Oh, okay. So we have the birds and we have the time here. So maybe in time, Babymonster is going to hope that their dedication, their nurture, because we have the storks here, and storks represent bringing
good news.
Yes, bringing good news. So they're hoping that all their training pans out the way they want it to, or hope so, because they have put time and training in here. Whether it was for a few months to a few years, they have put time into their training, and because of that, and because they are gaining the access and the attention, and are kind of sky high at the moment, because these birds are up in a tree. Let's see. They are up in the tree, so Babymonster is living it up to the public, but behind the scenes, we got the fox, the bittersweet, the moon, and then male attention, or just their company. So it's not looking good around them. But you know how groups can play it off. You'll never know that they're struggling with their management or being promoted behind scenes. But you know, we fans always stand up for our idols. You have a question?
How do they work well together? How do they work well? Does this group get along?
That's a very good question. Does Babymonster get along with each other? Huh. They got youthful energy. Definitely youthful energy. Interesting.
The baby of the group. How old is the oldest person? 17, 18?
I think 17 or 18. 18. Oh, no, I lied. 22.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, the baby of the group is 14 and the oldest is 22.
It seemed like it could be a schism amongst them.
Yeah, it definitely could.
Schism, maybe she's too immature.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Could be hard because usually the oldest is usually the leader of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I know it's playful fun sometimes, but you know how they always like to make fun of the baby of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And also the baby of the group tends to get away with things because they are the baby, and it's just comedic gold for us audience members. So because of that, maybe one of them could take their role a little too seriously and enjoy their energy, but at the same time they don't get along with each other because maybe one might feel overpowered, or they could all just be feeling like, hey, we're all in this together. There's really no one above us except our management. You know, who knows? Girls can get a little sassy.
And they're not family, right?
No, they are not family.
But that 22-year-old one, she young.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I think my next question I'm going to ask for Babymonster is, I'm thinking, my next question for Babymonster will be, what are they hoping for their next concept? Because maybe they are working on their next concept. Who knows? Kind of motherly figure. So their next concept, Babymonster keeps it really cool. This is a cool background because we have the polar bear in what looks like a very icy place. So who knows? Their next theme could be icy, could be cool. You know, Maybe they want to lean more into the youth. They definitely have a good youthful, playful energy, definitely.
But also, can I just say something?
Mhm.
Also, you have to remember that there is something about the polar bear that brings out jealousy amongst other people.
Oh, yes, you're right.
And that confirms right there.
Yes, you're right. That sure definitely did.
Mhm.
And that could also be why.
Right here, right. There's a lot of jealousy and schism going on in the group, for what I can say.
Mhm.
And maybe because of the age differences.
It could be. That would
But
be,
I think that they was doing it like this to try something different.
yeah, it could definitely be that. And honestly, for that, my next question is going to be, because we have this polar bear to bounce off of your question, is the company thinking about changing up the members of the group? Are they thinking about adding a member, removing a member?
How many people are in this group?
I think it was 5. Let me double check.
But at least you know you're reading raw, that you don't.
7 members.
Ooh, they don't need to add, that's an army. That's a lot.
Yeah,
So they're fighting for, it seems like with that many people, you're fighting to be who's going to be the standout.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And from what I'm gathering about K-pop, it's like they get the girls together, and then after they become to that age, like they're hitting near 30, it seems like the groups break up, they have a lot of drama. And then they come back, but it's the same thing that they did to the guy group.
Yes, BTS.
And they doing it to Blackpink.
Mhm.
And now they got a whole nother group. I think that they bring them in, they probably in for 10 years or so, and then they ship them out. That's what not ship them out, they make it so unbearable for them to stay in this condition.
Mhm.
So I think that the older girl, she's still young at this point, but I think she might be having a problem
Could be.
with the age group.
Yeah, definitely. That could be it. And especially when you debut in your 20s, you are kind of considered an old K-pop idol at that
Really?
point. Yes, usually K-pop idols debut between the ages of 16 and 18.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
That's why having somebody debuting at the age of 14, everyone's just like, oh my God, usually you're still a trainee. So that even there could be some jealousy too, that this young girl that just...
And she's probably good.
She could be good.
If they put her in there.
Yeah, you are definitely right. But yes, definitely because this young girl has joined the group, this could change up the dynamic. She could be good. If you guys know her name or anything about how the members interact with each other, like when you watch them on game shows, what is their chemistry? Because that could be it. And we have the lovers. And then back to the birds and mate. In really time. Earlier, I said the girls. At first, I assumed the girls enjoyed that they were together because the birds usually are mated for life and enjoy each other's company and want to continue.
Maybe they enjoy being famous. Maybe making money.
Yeah.
Working. I don't see it. The cards don't show that it already started with management and a what is that? The moon?
Yep.
It already started at problem. Mm-hmm. So I think that this is a group that they threw together with the best they could, what they were training. And I think that because of the ages, it could be just a problem. But we won't ever know it.
Right.
But those true diehard fans of K-pop, they'll get to the bottom of
yes, they will.
You could believe that.
Uh-huh. And that goes back with the fact that this time shows that in time we'll see if this group will be able to lead up to the success that they want.
If they're going to be the next Blackpink.
Yes, exactly. And I'm not going to lie. When I did try to do a little research on Babymonster, one of the search questions is Babymonster replacing Blackpink?
No one can replace Blackpink.
No.
Mm-mm.
But YG, their agency company, usually doesn't release too many girl groups. So once Blackpink was there, it was kind of just Blackpink that was their sole focus. But they made a bunch of other boy groups. So this is kind of like the first girl group to come out of the company since Blackpink.
Okay. And
so because Blackpink is kind of dissolving at the moment, maybe they could have tried to rush this group a little bit. But I do see the loving birds here. And this came up when I asked, is the management thinking about adding or removing members? And it seems like they enjoy the members that they put together. They just, you know how companies are. They're just like, this is the image we had. We like this image. You guys figure out how to get together and make the dream look good, basically. So, no, it does not look like there's going to be any members added or removed from the group, even though there could be some discourse and jealousy amongst the members of who's talented, who's going to get the most screen time. Because, you know, when you have the most lines, because when you have 7 members, you're really fighting for time. Because if you don't have enough lines in the song, then when you're doing your live performances, the camera's not going to be on you much. So it's kind of like, how do I get the attention I want? Because it's all geek dog world a little bit in K-pop. I kind of think it's unfair to put this many people in one group. Yes.
How long has K-pop been around?
That is a very good question, because I'm curious, how long does a generation last? Because they call them generations, and I think we're in the 4th generation of K-pop. I came in during
It's
the
never
tail
been
end
clear
of
about a generation, but I think a generation is 20 years. From a childbirth all the way up, but then a generation could be 50 years.
No, that honestly could be it, because when I got into K-pop, I got in towards the tail end of the 3rd generation, and when I was a kid and I just happened to stumble upon it one day, having no clue what it was, I was like their age, like 10, 11, and I came across like what they called the 2nd gen K-pop. And
so maybe it lasts 10 years?
10, yeah, about 10, 15 years.
10, 15 years. So 10 years, so you're saying it's been around for about 20 years?
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up. When did K-pop start? Ooh. Oh my god, we are so right. The 1st generation of K-pop began in 1992.
What?
Yeah, they are dominating to be this much of a baby in the music industry. You're right.
It's older than you and the people who watching you,
Yes.
probably.
Yes.
Wow.
1992.
That's almost back in 1980.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, because I think I did see some old footage of 1st gen, and they was giving like rapper vibes. I'm not gonna lie, like hip hop, like 90s hip hop vibes. So I could believe it now. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So it's been around too. Like I'm just around 80, because you know they had to train. So 80, 90s, 2000. They've been around for about 30, 35 years. My goodness.
That would make sense. 4 generations. That's impressive.
And or 3.5.
Yeah, now y'all know a little bit about where Baby Crone sat and what she listened to, depending on the generations I listened to. I think the last question is, what is the overall outcome going to be for Babymonster? Because that's what I'm curious about, because it started off with the moon. It just started off with just not looking great. And then they had the crossroads above them, which symbolized trying to figure out where they're going to go next in the path, or their management, because they really have no choice about the direction of their future. So it's their management that's trying to figure out what's the next step that they want to take Babymonster in, and what will be most profitable for them. So, going through something different. Let's take it from the middle. All right. Let's see what the outcome is going to be for Babymonster. The magnifying glass. They are going to have more attention to them. The outcome for Babymonster is also going to be the fact that their management is, I must be misusing the word micromanage, because I'm looking at this magnifying glass and it looks at things in extra detail. So because of that, I feel like their management's going to be watching them a little bit more, because like we said, there's some discourse and some jealousy, and that can come in especially if you guys are like rehearsing, or if there's like arguments that happen, it could stunt the moving forward of the group if the members are having discourse with each other. Yes.
Do they have a head out? Because when I saw Babymonster back several months ago. I love this song that was out.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think their hit song that is out is called Sheesh,
okay,
which just recently came out, like last month or the month before that. But promotion season is about 2 to 3 months, so they're getting ready to stop promoting this song Sheesh and go in a like few month hiatus and then come back with a new concept. So with this, I see that it is time to go back to the drawing board because we see cards here. Yes, it's time to go back to the drawing board, and by going back to the drawing board, figure out where to take Babymonster on their next step. What are we going to do with this group? Really, do you guys tell me. If I see something pop up on my TikTok feed a lot, I feel like it's on and popping. So tell me, is Sheesh like as big as it is on TikTok of people dancing to it? And maybe that could be it. The younger generation of the group is trying to cater to another audience.
Mm-hmm.
Because literally, back when I was watching K-pop, there wasn't many K-pop idols on TikTok dancing to songs. So it seems like this new generation is taking advantage of social media, and well, I'm literally watching the evolution of K-pop in my face.
So do you think that it seems to me they're trying to make another hit group like they did with Blackpink?
Yes.
And that's what it seems like the management is trying to do.
Yes, that's what they're trying to do. They see that the group has the potential, has the chemistry.
But with 7 people,
yeah, that's true.
Blackpink had 4.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And Blackpink also did kind of come fast together too. They kind of just figured out, like through reading, like weeding it out, they kind of like already had their set people that they knew they wanted to be in the group. And those 4 people stood out and stood strong, and Blackpink was created. And maybe that's exactly how they came and decided to pick out for Babymonster. So with that, I see they are trying, searching, looking to figure out how to make
make it sensational.
Make them sensational and go
where
worldwide.
people don't have to think about Blackpink.
Yes.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yes, because honestly, let's be honest, that entertainment company was Blackpink, because none of their other boy groups really stood out well. I can't even remember if Treasure is still around, and that was a big hit because that was like one of the boy groups that like recently came out, because YG just wasn't putting out companies like that. Okay, now I do want to know if Babymonster was on a world tour. It would be interesting for them to be on a world tour at this moment. Oh, yeah. They are having an upcoming tour. Interesting.
World tour?
Yes, world tour. So
They
we'll
doing
see.
it.
They're really trying.
Do they have an album?
Yes, one album out.
But I remember several months ago they had a hit. That song, I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But the people wasn't into them at that. They were still into Blackpink.
Mm-hmm.
But now that Blackpink is totally fading out and growing up and going on their own, I see people are saying, okay, now we're interested in Babymonster.
Yeah.
But we were interested in Babymonster months ago.
Mm-hmm. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And thank you, Lady Crone, for asking me questions.
I hope I help.
Yes, you definitely got into that reading, because I'm glad to. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reading. Hey, share
I
it.
enjoyed that. I thought it was very good and very informative.
Thank you. Like I said, I wanted to read on Babymonster, so I pulled out my K-pop knowledge that I knew from when I watched. So with that being said, yes, Lady Crone. Sunflowers.